we established in May or June that my audition would be in September, so I had that time to prepare. And I was kind of in a lot of different places through that period. I was in Vancouver, I was in Illinois, Sydney, Los Angeles, going round and round. And so wherever I went, my aim was to sing every day. So I ended up hooking up with a whole bunch of different singing teachers, and they all have their own shorthand and language that you have to learn. And they're very much a unique, unique breed. So that was cool, building up to it, and I felt, I'd prepared as well as I could. And see, when I was a young fella, I used to go through like a pre-audition ritual. I'd get up in the morning, I would walk down to a place called Centennial Park in Sydney, and I just had this thing in my mind that I know I'm the only actor in Australia who's awake at this time, having not been awake all night, and that was, to me, it was psychologically important. That gave me an edge, So, and I would always make a little deal with myself. All right, before that audition, you've got this task to complete, right? And that means that when you walk into the room, having completed that task, you go in with a certain confidence. So, having not auditioned since The Insider in 1998, I made a deal that, wherever the audition would be, that I would walk to the audition. No cabs, no limousines, blah, blah, blah. I just walk, like I would have when I was a young fella. And originally the audition was supposed to take place in Chicago, but the way it turned out, it was rescheduled for New York. And then it was scheduled for the corner of Broadway and 42nd Street. So it couldn't have been any more classic,
Yeah.
And I was staying up in the 60s, and I thought, right, well, cool, it's going to be there. Cool, I'll walk. And I woke up that morning, and it was a torrential downpour. But I knew that if I didn't walk, if I didn't fulfill the deal I'd made with myself the same way as I used to when I was a kid, that it wouldn't go right. So I started walking, and the curbs here in New York, they're the sort of, they're sort of shaved down for the years, and you just cannot get away from the puddles at a certain level of water. So by the time I got to the audition room, my jeans were wet to the back of my knees.
Oh my gosh.
So I was standing there singing for everybody in that kind of situation, but it sharpened me up,